Hi everyone in visual communications class. This is Ellie and this is my project. I started looking around for patterns just around the house to see if I could create some sort of visual message. These all kind of looked to be too complicated to me, so I did what everybody in this whole wide world does, and I looked to nature for inspiration. Started seeing curves, I started seeing textures, and I really started paying attention to rocks. Initially, I kind of wondered if I could ink a rock and recreate a message on paper, and that wasn't working. But I did start looking at the lines and shapes found in rocks, and the closer you look, oops, sorry, that got out of focus. The closer you look, the more you see. We were asked to reference parts from the Meg's reading, so I'm going to do that right now. Through the Meg's reading, I learned how influential the Sumerians were in developing a way to record information. The earliest records are tablets from the city of Uruk, where pictographic drawings of objects were created on clay tablets with the use of a stylus. I was more interested in a graphic form, though, specifically finding a way to develop a rebus writing, where sounds were depicted instead of objects. Influenced by the inventions of the Chinese, specifically paper and relief printing, I set about to see if I could create a message on a slab of something, cut away the negative spaces, and press the relief into the pigment. A woodblock would have been good here, but I simply didn't have the time. I tried using paraffin wax instead. I explored movable type, cutting shapes in paraffin wax. I developed symbols that I could reuse. The advantage of this is I didn't have to carve so many pieces. The disadvantage was I really had to pay attention to a master list as well as my message. Otherwise, a dot taken from a letter I, for instance, would be used incorrectly for the letter U. The Chinese alchemist Pi Sheng is credited with creating movable type. A series of raised forms could be created, placed in a sequence on a surface, inked, and then printed. And this is what I did. This is my work area with some of my tools, and as you can see, I really don't have that many carved out because I got to reuse some of the pieces. This, for instance, represents the letter I, that's the letter L. I was talking about liking something, so I would just pull the L over there, and this is my message. I like plums. An advantage for me was the wax was really soft and I could easily carve into it with an X-Acto blade. This wouldn't have been the case if I was trying to chisel into something. Another advantage was portability. My symbols, the ink pad, and the paper all easily fit into a box and was very portable. A disadvantage was the blotchiness of the letters. Had I been using a wood stylus or a paintbrush stylus, I think I would have gotten cleaner and sharper edges. That's it for me. I can't wait to see your projects.